What's up, friends, ladies and gentlemen, aliens, and everybody else out there? Welcome to Superbooth 2026, the digital edition. I missed it. I was traveling and I just recently came back to the studio. And I was last year at Superbooth. Superbooth is something for gear nerds, music producers, modular people, synthesizer people, hardware freaks. All of those people. Superbooth is like kind of the mecca in a way, because all the brands are there. There's a super amazing vibe. It's not like a corpo expo. It's really vibing, and I want to take you with me today because I'm going there digitally since, as I said, I missed it. So first we're going to have a look at Produce Like a Pro. Let's have a look at this man's journey together, and what we're going to do is just like basically watch Superbooth content to 2026 together.
So you can kind of take your guitar tracks, run it through some studio gear if you'd like to. So it's a great way to kind of transfer things from line level signal to instrument signal and vice versa.
But so you got an amp input in the back though, so does it mean you can go back out of your amp into this?
Exactly. Okay. Yep. And it's got the up to 50 watt amps. You can kind of record silently too. So if you're on a budget in an apartment, recording in your studio, and really want to crank a tube amp, you can do it through this thing.
That's fantastic.
Yeah.
How much?
$499 US.
Great.
So affordable piece, really cool.
That's not really like what I am super interested in. Let's see. Okay, like it's a lot of like pedals, Audeze. Yeah, let's go here, Audeze. I tried those. I was also like meeting that very nice Mr. last year when I was there. And funny enough, I was just trying the 2000, the M50s, 2000 euro pair, just days before I had them in my studio. I was testing them, and they do sound insane, of course. I mean, that's what you expect for 2K upwards priced headphones, I guess, but it's really amazing that they exist. Come on, guys. You know, like the high end needs to exist, in my opinion. And they are just like filling that niche of offering actually stuff that is worth that much. In a way, of course, it's a little bit of branding, you know, but they are the no compromise company when it comes to studio headphones in general.
What you got going on?
Well, we're here showing the new LCD-5s.
Which is where? Point us towards.
Right over there. There's the banner. So it's this one.
I'm just looking at this. What do you call this?
That's the grill.
The grill, yeah.
Yeah, copper. So
it's just pure copper.
Well, it's not pure. It's copper plated, but we did that on this. This is carbon 2 electrostatic. Yeah. So we started with the copper accents on this and the slam rings in copper and all that. Yeah. And then we did the same thing with LCD-5.
Nice.
So LCD-5s because it has slam in it.
These are so much lighter than my LCDs.
Yeah,
X's.
they're lighter, for sure.
Okay.
He is an Audeze owner.
What are you doing to me, Chris? These have got like a little tiny bit more mid-range forward, aren't they? There's like a little 2K kind of little glassiness to it. You're really hearing that snare. You hear those kind of. I like those. I like hearing that. Adam Ayen masters all our stuff. It just.
I'm not sure if that was like a sales technique of the guy just saying like, yeah, exactly. That 2 dB little bump at 2K for sure.
Mastered something from yesterday, and he has that ability. Everything's just like a little bit glassy. It just always makes like snares and vocals just feel really alive.
Which you wouldn't really want, in my opinion. Like, it depends on how he's like, you know, in what way he meant that. But in general, good studio headphones, they do not embellish. They do not make sound nicer than it is. They don't silk sound up. They should be rather neutral. That's just in general. But okay, let the man have some fun. Oh.
It's crazy listening as a binaural. Yeah. I'm so used to sitting every time we go to an immersive room. That's the first thing I listen to. I'm so used to it, and it's such a masterpiece of a mix.
So how did we do tonality-wise and all that?
Really, really, really great. I love, first of all, how light they are, and probably people watching will be joking about the fact that they're also not Princess Leia's hair for a change, because normally my LCD-1Xs are like this big.
Yeah.
Yeah, all right, so scare me, how much?
Yeah, it's like, it's a typical conversation between a German guy. I think he's a German guy, I'm not sure, maybe he's also American.
Are they?
4,500 US.
Oh, no, he is American.
Yeah, I mean,
they're a serious tool.
They're a serious tool.
Yeah.
Massive.
Exactly, so like, yeah. On the other hand, let's face it, Biodynamic DT990 is like a reference all over the world as the beginner class of the like kind of like minimum thing that you can buy to do serious work. Then there are other interesting companies like AKG, in my opinion. And then some people like Audio-Technica. I would like to try the higher-end Audio-Technica. I don't like the M50s and those like more popular DJ-style headphones. Of course, I guess I'm a producer, that's because of that. But yeah, Audeses are a serious tool. But then like DT990s are also a serious tool, or K712 Pros are also a professional tool. And many other headphones, and they don't cost 4,500 euros. So that's not really like the best argument, I guess. It's just what it is. It's the Lamborghini of studio tools. You know what I mean? Like, it's like kind of that. It's a luxurious tool. It's like you can buy a jacket which will keep you from getting wet. Or you can buy a jacket which will keep you from getting wet. But it is state of the art in all its materials, in its design, in everything. So that's the same with those headphones, right?
Engineer's friend, I like to say.
Yeah, well, Stefan, does he use these? Which ones?
Yes, he does.
These are the ones he's using.
Yep.
Yeah. I always thought to myself, LCDXs are, you know, they're very soft on the top end. They're not offensive. They don't scream my head off. I can work them for hours. But I always think to myself, if I was a mastering engineer, I might want just a little bit more bite in those mids.
This is a little bit confusing to me what this guy is saying, because like he wants more bite. Yeah. It's totally personal preference and very subjective, but as a mastering engineer, I am a mastering engineer, I exactly don't want that, to be very honest with you. Like, I really don't want to rip on the guy. I'm sure he's a professional, super nice, talented, amazing, everything. But, like, how I perceive it is like, that doesn't make a lot of sense. You're a mastering engineer, you want your highs as dry as possible, unembellished, not alive. Kind of, in a way, to be honest with you, because what means alive? Alive means like pushed, usually.
And this seems to have it. So what's different about these that gives me a little bit more forwardness than those mids?
Just tuning is all about everything. All the little changes that we make a difference. So how far apart the magnets are, how far they are from the diaphragm, the size of the voice coil traces.
It has nothing to do basically with the other model, because like sound has so small differences in how it works, right? Like if you are like, for example, clean shaved, I love that example. If you are clean shaved, you have a different audio perception as a human in comparison to somebody with like a full thick beard, because sonic waves are hitting your chin and traveling alongside your cheek inside your ear canal, and that already makes a measurable difference. If you put measurement microphones directly where the ear is, and then you take a really fully bearded man, make the measurement, shave him clean, do the measurement again, you will then have a measurable difference in sound. So in this case, it's the same. The smallest changes have a difference, or make a difference. That's why, for example, the DT990 didn't even change a bit. The only thing that they changed is the production methods, basically. They refined the production methods slightly, but the design hasn't been changed since forever. What they did is escalate the lineup, basically, in the biodynamic world, tackling new markets and expanding the lineup in the upper range so that you can spend more money without really getting that much more. I'm just taking biodynamic as a comparison there. But anyway, back to the point. I don't understand how this man is asking for more alive highs for a mastering guy. Maybe somebody in the comments can explain that to me.
Thinness of the film. This is our thinnest film for the diaphragms.
So that makes it just faster.
Yeah,
they're great. 4,500. Bargain. Well, I suppose it is what you work on.
I mean, when you look at...
Compare a pair of ATCs.
ATC, PMC, and plus room treatment. You don't have to buy any room treatment.
No room treatment required. Here's your room treatment. That's fantastic. Great, and then the babies I just got are...
LCD-20.
So I just got these. These are great. So you know the story. He knows the story, and maybe everybody here does. I was mixing the last International... No, I was mixing David Bennett's record last month ago, whatever it was. I was using the LCD-Xs, and then I did a live stream with the LCD-Xs. And everybody said, I can hear room in your mic. And it didn't dawn on me for a few minutes. I'm like, oh, I'm wearing open backs. So I flicked to the 7506s. And then I had to film a video, and I had a mic in front of me, and I wore the 7506s, and I get this lovely message saying, we need to get you some other headphones. So these are my 7506s replacement. They actually have some of the same characteristics, meaning they're a little bit more aggressive in the mids, which, to be honest, I'm a rock and roll mixer. I like things to be just a little bit like, a bit angrier, you know.
But that, again, would have the exact opposite effect. I really didn't come here to do this, guys, by the way, but like if your profile of the frequency response of whatever you're listening to mix is raised, for example, as he said, he likes it a little bit more forward in the 2K area. That means that you will soften that area naturally. Like anything, any amount of decibels that goes up there will be like basically lowered from the overall mix in your mixing decisions. So if you like it more forward in 2K, you would want a linear or slightly, maybe like even if you really, really want that, if you're feeling like, okay, you know, all my mixes are too tame in that area, you would want to have that kind of like more tame or neutral, rather neutral, in that area other than pushed forward. I feel there is a logic error in this man's thinking.
Not as bad as a pair of NS10s, but if you've grown up like so many of us on a pair of NS10s, you're used to your speakers barking at you. 7 dB lift at 1.7K.
What he means is probably like a little bit more like a hi-fi-ish kind of profile, which I do understand. This I do understand. Like some professional speakers, headphones, etc., they have that little bit more hi-fi characteristic, a little bit. It's very, very, very subjective though.
That's a lot of mid-range. They're not as aggressive as that, but they're just the right balance for me. And we just saw Vitesea from White Sea Audio, and we were saying he's not a big Audeze fan at the moment. I was like, well, try these out. Maybe this will change your mind. Because these are quite different to the rest of your range. Mm-hmm. That was a conscious decision?
Yeah. And the goal of this headphone was really to make something for tracking in the studio.
Right.
So that musicians could hear what they need to hear, right, but without it biting their head off. Right. And kind of get a closer experience to what they get when they put the headphones down and go into the control room and listen to playback.
Right.
That was the goal.
Yeah.
So we're going for kind of long-term comfort, hearing what you need to hear without the pain.
Right. Great. Well, these are fantastic. They're definitely a little bit more expensive.
Yeah, hearing what I need to hear. Usually in the studio, for me, it's always like I want to hear everything. Everything. Give me everything, bro. Like, that's what I want to hear. I don't know. I'm a little bit confused with this conversation.
75 and 6.
Maybe it's just me. Maybe I just need another coffee or something like that.
But they're a lot better sounding. Look, Mum, no cable. Fantastic. What is going to retail at?
$429.
Okay.
$449, depending on which version. There's a PlayStation and an Xbox. The Xbox costs more because we have to buy a chip.
Ah, okay. Wow.
So these will be announced first week of June.
Okay.
So for now, we just lay low a little bit.
So they can't be in the video.
I don't know. People know they're coming. They just don't exactly know when.
Too late.
Yeah.
Too late. What are they called?
It's Maxwell 2A and C.
Maxwell 2A and C. Yeah, they're great.
Active noise cancelling.
Yeah, that works immediately. It's lovely. It's like, I'm no longer...
Yeah, so they have this producer kind of facing range, which I'm not particularly interested, because I can say, for example, that the biodynamic consumer-facing side, I really don't like it at all. Really, I don't like it. There were those cups called Street, I think, with like the little round plastic things with different designs that you could stick on them. really didn't like the sound. Like, I don't think that biodynamic is really strong in the consumer-facing market. Audeze probably sounds better in that field, I could imagine. But still, it's not really what I'm into, to be honest with you. Like gaming headsets and so forth.
Trade show. Although this isn't really a trade show, this is Berlin. Did I say that already? So, Chris has very, with a capital V, generously said he'll do
and
a
suddenly,
giveaway. Yeah, on the spot, suddenly thrown under the bus, he's going to give away a pair of these. What are these retailing at?
Those are $499 US.
Yeah, $500 headphones. You can enter down below to win a pair of these beautiful headphones. Yep, LCD S20s.
Winner takes all.
It's release day for Tonex. The One Plus. It's a Tonex One Plus.
Yeah, it's really great. The idea with it is it's a delay pedal inspired by design for guitar.
I'm a guitar player.
Okay. The guy is like really much into guitars and stuff like that. That's fair enough.
The ability, there's a program sum in, so if you have another summing device you want to add to that, that'll show up on the main program bus. And we also give you a program insert, talkback mic. It's got 4 auxes. We have, I think, about 800 units at this point.
For a 45,000 up console, that's a lot of. Congratulations. And
Okay.
I always love coming here.
Okay.
Oh,
yeah.
It changes something else.
And you're moving through a wavetable, so that's why you're getting the movement, but you're not hearing effects.
Yeah.
You got 2 effects per part if you want it, but in this case you're not hearing effects. You're hearing what UDO would call binaural. It's just it's splitting the sound.
Okay.
We're taking the same patch, putting it in the left, same patch in the right, and what we're doing is actually moving through the wavetable at slightly different rates. So
That's super basic. I mean, like,
different rates per side.
Vectra can totally do that, but I get it. It's very, very much a different thing to build a hardware synthesizer. One thing that is definitely on my bucket list. Excuse me. That I definitely will do, hopefully one day, is like build a hardware synthesizer. Preferably, to be honest with you, Vectra.
And that's what you get.
Love it.
Yeah. And same thing here. I'll let the sequencer do this one. Again, no effects. It's just movement.
Well, I love it. It just sounds like
Yeah, this is the amazing thing with wavetables. Is like I have the same thing in the synthesizer that I developed. That you can create full structures over a wavetable, and then it sounds like there is theoretically so much in there. You know, like frequency modulation, wavefold, distortion, all kinds, PWM, HCM. Many different things that can happen inside a wavetable.
record.
Yeah.
Just put a drum beat on there and a vocal and we're done.
Well, and we'll show you that in a minute.
Yeah.
So now you've heard the PPG stuff. Yeah. Now let's go to user wavetables, because it doesn't have to be the original PPG stuff. So now we're going to step what this does beyond it. And it does a whole lot of things well beyond the PPG. Sure. This should sound like a Fairlight to you, probably. Right? Moments in Love or something. Okay, That's not actually a sample. That's a sample of a Fairlight that we took in and said, make waves. It'll make a wavetable by analyzing the audio and make a wave.
That's another thing that my synthesizer can do, is like sample to wavetable. I have just built that system. It's coming in 1.5 and it's really amazing.
Table out of it for you.
Okay.
What you get, and this will make it more cement, is if I go in here, I actually said the words groove synthesis into this thing, and it made not a sample, but
the same function. I have it in Vectra as well.
A wavetable of me saying the words groove synthesis.
Again?
So. So if I turn the wavetable movement off, you're not hearing a sample, you're hearing now Just the single cycle. So I'm not moving at all. It's a single cycle waveform. I turn
That synth looks really cool, man.
the wavetable movement back on, and now it's
The only thing what I would do differently, is that I would style it differently. I like it's already like I have to take a closer look at the UI of the screen, but also in general the user interface, the knobs, etc. I love hardware synths. Since my very, very young years, I was lucky enough to own a Virus TI-2, so like that was one thing that I invested in very early, like around 20 years old. I bought that and it was a huge deal and changed my career forever, to be honest with you. This is what I believe, at least. And it inspired my work as a synth designer and as a developer immensely from the get-go. So many design decisions are coming from my favorite hardware synthesizers, and those are usually the greats from the 90s and 2000s, to be honest with you, because they're mostly unbeaten, like the Nord Lead, the Nord Modular, the Virus TI, etc. Those are like still legendary machines, and they have greatly informed my design. I love classical synthesizers like that, but I also think we are in 2026 and we really need to, push it forward in terms of immersive interaction of users. So, yeah, and in terms of sound. A lot of the digital world, not going to name names here, but a lot of very much considered flagship synthesizers, they don't have great sound. They sound not great in comparison to the greatest hardware synthesizers. It was one other inspiration for the thing that I developed, was like, it needs to not only have those amazing deep capabilities, it needs to also sound as good as the greats sounded, which is mostly, in my opinion, better than a lot of new VSTs.
through that wavetable. But it will take in audio and make a wavetable for you. It will take in Serum, so it'll take Serum wavetables in, and it will also play those back if you want. It'll just take them right in.
It's another thing that my synthesizer can do.
And let me show you here. I'm going to go right here. There's the wavetable. So now, if you move your offset,
okay, that's really cool to see.
now we're back to where we started. Nice. And I turn on, there you go. Yeah. So it'll make wavetables for you as well. So that's number 2. Number 3, because you got 3 oscillators, it'll do bread and butter analog. Okay. So let's
bread and butter.
Bread and butter.
That's my synthesizer also does that. The first engine that I've built is the analog engine. I need to contact those people and show them my synthesizer. Tell them, like, look, guys, have a look at this puppy.
Yep.
I'm a pretty analog guy, so I'm pretty bread and butter.
Well, that's good. We all are, right?
Although I put marmalade on mine.
There you go. There you go. Okay, so this is just Sawtooth going with an arpeggiator, and if I play it, you've got the analog filter going. If I come out of there, yeah, go ahead. I've got an arpeggiator going.
I'm a guitar player.
And if I go down here, you've also got that's the SEM filter that would be in an Oberheim.
Oh my fucking god! Vectra has an SEM filter! This is incredible. Are you kidding me?
So you've got the state variable SEM filter. Yeah.
Okay, like this is becoming ridiculous.
Big stuff, yeah.
That's so 3-note chords.
Desktop, which is the same thing, that's 24 voices, 4 parts as well. It's still got the 3 oscillators. You're just hitting a button to get to them instead, so that we can compact.
Look at this, 4 LFOs. Okay, we have 8 LFOs. They don't have free drawable envelopes, I guess.
The size a little bit. This guy is $34.95.
Okay, so I mean it's essentially the same guts.
Exactly the same guts. Yeah, same 8 output.
Yeah, it's the desktop version and the keyboard version. I really have to say that I do like the design. It's very reminiscent of classic synthesizer design, as I said. I mean, like those parts, etc., they are super classic. I also have them on my synthesizer, basically for compartmentalization. And then like the color is very well chosen. Colors are nicely balanced. You have like a nice contrast in between like the white knobs, the red and the blue, the white and the black, and then like the nice screen. I think I would have built the screen slightly bigger.
Everything.
That's good, so 35 for that.
This guy is 8 voices and 2 parts, and you can see it's got a little bit less controls, but it's got a much bigger screen as a result. So when I go to an oscillator...
Ah, there you go, bigger screen. That's basically the equivalent if you would compare it to the Virus CI series, to the Snow, I guess.
It lays out every possible thing on the oscillator all at once because you...
Actually, I like this one, but then I really want to touch all knobs on a synthesizer at the same time. So yeah, I would like this screen on the big one.
Got less controls. And this guy is $19.95. Okay. So we go from 5K, 35...
Wow. Prices are insane though. That's too steep, in my opinion.
500 down to 2K.
Okay.
Better get Vectra, guys. $199, has all the features, has extremely amazing sound, and has a procedural system.
They all are patch compatible. They all have the same filters. They all have the same analog back end. It's just how much do you need? We didn't mention the effects. You've got 2 effects per part if you want it. I kept saying, are you hearing effects?
He did mention that already. That was super awesome. I really hope that you enjoyed this little excursion to Berlin Superbooth 2026. Please do me a favor, subscribe to the channel, ring that bell for more videos like that, and leave a comment. Maybe you have been at a Superbooth. What do you think about the stuff that you see? Maybe somebody can explain me what he meant with he wants more forward headphones to have more forward sound. I don't know, all of that stuff. And also, what do you guys think of this hardware wavetable synthesizer? I think it's pretty cool, maybe a little bit steeply priced, has a couple of really cool functions. And let me know in the comment section below. I see you guys in the next one. Peace out.